Mama. Mama. Mom. 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 Mom.
Mom.
Being a mom is a full-time job,
Some days you wonder if you're even going to keep it together.
but you're not alone.
Because we've got your back.
We're single moms talking about parenting, divorce, dating.
And everything else in between.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jesenia.
This is Splitting Upward.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome
back.
to
Splitting Upward.
Yes, we're back. We're back. They had us back.
Seriously, I don't know
Thankfully.
why they keep letting us come back.
Well, I'm Jesenia.
I'm Julie.
And we have another great show today.
We do. We have a lot to talk about, and we have a super fantastic guest coming up later. I'm super
guest.
excited to
Tiffany
talk about.
Jenkins, so stay tuned for her. Please, it will benefit your life or someone's life that you know. But to get started off, first of all, how are you doing?
Girl, I'm okay. I have a headache though.
Aw.
Yeah, and I can't quite figure out. I don't know if it's because of the weather, because, you know,
probably
if there's
is.
any rain going on or if the pressure drops down. I end up getting a headache. Do you have any, like, fail-safe headache cures?
Water.
Well, okay, hang on.
Always
Give
water.
me a
Water
minute.
is life. I love water. I'm like obsessed with water.
How much water do you drink a day?
Oh my gosh, I'm constantly drinking water. I don't even know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't drink anything else. No juice, no coffee, no soda, just water.
Gin? Vodka?
Oh, well,
Tequila?
yeah. Well, when I
okay.
go out, I
Just
have a few
checking.
beers, you know? I mean-
Jeez. I have a friend who actually downloaded a water app on her phone. And so about every 20 minutes or so, you hear...
That's a good idea.
And it reminds her to drink water. It also makes me want to pee whenever we're hanging out. So I was like, I don't know if it works both ways.
When you drink a lot of water, you always want to pee. Like literally. I could pee on cue. I don't know what that's for, but hey.
It's a
I said
gift.
it. It's a gift. It's a gift. All right. So
It's a
now,
job. Someone's got to do it. It's going to be Jesenia.
Yes, I will do it. Okay, so Forbes, we were reading this thing. Forbes reported that women are working more than ever, but still they take on most household responsibilities.
Wow.
So
That somehow doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So so this one was specifically on married women,
Yeah.
right? Married women. And okay, so they're married to, if you're married to a woman or a man, whichever. That's interesting. So the woman does all the work. The woman.
That's sexist, first of all. We know this. So it depends, I guess. But typically
Look, I'm trying to think of my marriage, you know, back in the day. No, I think it was pretty much even. First of
Really?
all, I don't like, yeah, it was. He would cook.
wow.
Yeah, he would cook or I would cook. Whoever was home first, that was the deal. Yeah, you have to cook.
That's impressive. At least you had that deal.
Yeah, and you know, he was pretty much like a neat person, so he would like wash the dishes, which thank goodness. So in that capacity, he pretty much did what he needed to do. In that capacity. That's specific. Right there. But okay, so for the most part, the wage gap between men and women, speaking of working moms, is falling.
Unless you're on the United States women's national soccer team. It's not falling there.
Well, we're not soccerists. Women are outpacing men in college attendance and earning degrees. Women are outpacing men. Oh, that's interesting.
That's good news.
That is good news.
We are superior.
Yes. And 49% of employed women in the U.S. report being the main breadwinner in their family. All right.
Here's the thing. Because I have to be honest with you, this article's
Yeah.
kind of pissing me off.
Why?
And I think that's why I'm having such a hard time with it, right? Because first of all, you know, it assumes the dynamic is husband and wife. So let's just start there, right?
Right,
So
right.
you know what? The world looks different now.
Right.
Couples look different.
But for this
Parents
article,
look
they're
different.
specifically talking about
Right.
men and women.
But it's pissed me off.
Which
This
is
it.
like-
It just pissed me off.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, so what I think we need to do here, and even though mom is gender specific, really, I think we need to change that to mother, right? So I think yes, women are working and earning just as much money as men in certain situations. And that's what the article is saying, is that ultimately they're still also then having to go home and do the work.
Right.
It's the mother. It's the mom. It's not necessarily the woman, but it's the mom. It's the whoever is the parent who does the nurturing side of the relationship. That's the one who's also scrubbing the toilet.
Look, you're getting real technical right now. I have no idea what those dynamics are, but I think a relationship between a man and a woman, for some reason, the stigma still exists that the woman has to clean the house and wash the dishes and take care of the house and the kids and the while the dad goes fishing. It's like, wait a minute.
And sitting on his throne.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's 2019. How about we do things a little bit different? But I get it. I mean, we're still talking about the generations, people, our generation and the baby boomers. I don't think that the millennials have that. We don't have like the statistics on them yet. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know yet.
That's because they're all fluid, poly.
And they're not getting married.
Well, that's true too. That's another article. Yeah. It's true. I think the marriage rate is changing.
Yes.
The divorce rate is only getting higher.
Yeah, it is.
But the marriage rate is also changing too. Yeah. But I think, we have to consider, for me, I'm single. I've been single for quite a while.
Yeah.
Again, swipe right. Looking for LTR, IRL. Okay.
I have no idea
LOL.
what any of those things. LTR letter?
You're so cute.
I don't know.
Long-term relationship.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not DTF.
What was the other one?
I am, but not right now.
What's DTF? Oh.
See, she catches
that one just
on
happened.
fast. She catches on fast.
That one just happened in my mind. All right, what was the other one?
IRL.
LIR? Oh.
IRL, in real life. So I want an LTR, IRL, long-term relationship in real life. But here's the thing.
Why can't we just say the words anymore, though? Go ahead.
If I do get into a situation, a partnership where, whether or not I get married, but if I end up living with someone again, I absolutely will want to establish before, someone crosses the threshold, here's the deal.
Yeah, I don't like doing dishes.
So dishes are your thing.
Yeah.
I don't really want to scrub the toilet.
I don't want to make the bed.
I was just going to say something so filthy.
I don't want to wash the clothes. I don't want to do the floors.
I will cook, but you will clean.
I don't want to cook either.
Oh, what? Wait, let me ask you this. What do you want to do?
I will do the good stuff. You know what I mean? I will do the good stuff.
You'll take care of business.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. But in a situation that you
it has to be
is going to be somewhat balanced.
Yes, that's the important thing. Balance.
Yes.
Maybe make out a schedule for each other or something.
Put on
the refrigerator.
You get a gold star if you take out the garbage.
Yes, or you'll get, something else if you take out the garbage. I mean, inspiration comes from everywhere, I think.
Now, look, it's different for you and I.
Because we're single, so we have
single
to do
moms.
it.
It's us. We're doing it.
Or our kids.
Hold up. Does your boy help?
Does he help? No, unless I ask him 157 times.
I roll. Ugh.
Yeah, and I will, but you know what? I will.
Yeah.
I don't stop. I want him to be a man who takes care of his own, at least, before he goes on to another relationship. So he's going to have to, he washes his clothes. He does his own laundry.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He does his own laundry. He probably does laundry more than I do. I probably shouldn't have said that.
You smell fabulous.
If he's hungry, he'll go get something to eat. He's not really like a cooking type.
Okay.
But
he's also not going to text you from the bedroom and say, "Mom, I'm hungry."
Oh, he has.
Oh, okay.
In which case I say, well, you're going to have to come out here and get it.
There you go.
That's it. I mean, I don't know. I think, if you are alone, alone. If you are single, I meant alone in the home. If you are single and you have children, have them do it. Because, in all reality, it sucks to do everything. To come home from work and having to cook dinner and wash clothes or whatever it is.
Walk the dog, feed the dog, clean up after the dog. Come on, kids.
That's
really?
a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot.
But it's possible. I mean, we do it all, Especially when they're little, we pretty much do it all, so.
Yeah, we're very strong women.
Yes.
Which is kind of fun. It's good energy for us because it's nice. Like we talk about this a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
You're not alone, so it's always nice to meet kindred spirit. Someone else who's got as big of ovaries as I do, brass ones at that.
Brass ovaries.
You know who else is a tough woman?
Tiffany Jenkins.
Tiffany Jenkins is a badass mofo.
She really is.
And we're gonna
talk about doing it all.
Yeah, seriously.
She's a working mom. She's a recovering user, substance abuse user. I'm trying to get all the terminology right. I look at you.
We're learning
for the yes. You're doing good.
She's in recovery. Yeah. Yes, she is.
I'm trying not to say all the wrong words.
No, you're all right because you're so sweet and smart and kind.
I'm trying.
But you don't cook and you don't clean.
I don't cook and I don't clean. No. I do all that. Unfortunately, I hate every minute of it. But we're gonna be speaking to Tiffany, and she's awesome and super inspiring. And she's a warrior. She's a warrior woman.
So stick around after the break. We'll be back with Tiffany Jenkins on Splitting Upward.
Well, hello everyone. We're having a good time. We're having a good time on this show today, aren't we? All right. Well, we have a wonderful, wonderful guest for you guys. I'm very, very excited about this.
Me too.
I can't. Okay, so I'm just going to give you her little intro because she deserves it. It is well deserved. Our guest today is an author, blogger, and content creator who runs the popular blog Juggling the Jenkins. I love that. She tells her story of addiction, recovery, and motherhood in her new book, High Achiever. On shelves now. Please welcome Tiffany Jenkins. Hi, Tiff.
Woo! Hey, Tiffany. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're so excited to talk to you. And boy, do you have a story to tell.
Oh, my.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
So I pretty much got through your book in 2 days. Because it's a super easy read, but it's also a personal connection for me and my history, and I'll share a little bit about that with you as well. But you made me laugh.
Yes, 100.
You made me cry.
Yes.
You made me want to hit things.
I'm like my husband. I feel like he feels the same way about me on a daily basis.
Right. Was it hard for you to sit down and put it all down on paper and realize that you were going to share your story with the world?
It was strangely therapeutic in a way. Parts of it were difficult, but luckily I had kept a bunch of journals and my writings from the time I was in jail. So it was kind of a cool experience, like open the suitcase and go through all the old stuff to trigger the memories. And I would write a chapter a week. I would pace myself and just really focus on each chapter and each moment.
And I'm sure there's stuff that you didn't even tell us.
I don't know. I told probably more than I should have. But I just felt like I wanted people who had never experienced jail to determine whether or not it was right for them.
Oh, my gosh. I've always said, I don't know if I could survive in prison. I don't know if I could do that. You know what I mean? And reading your book, I was just like, okay, yeah, I can't. Thank you for confirming, Tiffany. It's so great. So great.
Thank you. I thought it would be a cool way to let people who had never experienced addiction or that part of life kind of come along the journey with me. And so I tried to write it from that perspective, like you were right next to me going through it with me, so you could see what it's like through the eyes of an addict.
Absolutely. Well, it's so my story, I had an older brother who died of a heroin overdose in 2003. So I was living it as someone who cared and loved a substance user. So that's when I was finding myself getting so angry at you. Like, don't do it. Why are you going to screw this up again, you stupid schmuck? But, But it was only because I was reliving, all the trauma, with my brother and watching my brother go through his addiction and ultimately succumb to it. And so for me, like, it's so moving to be able to talk to you and to share with you and to watch you share your story and to show that you can recover.
That's the part. I think that's the number one message here is that you went through all this and you snapped back. You came back from it, I also have a family member who was a heroin user, and he had succumbed to HIV/AIDS. He's my uncle, and he was a great uncle. And I always wanted, we all did, everybody in the family always wanted to see him like come back from it. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, he didn't. He was a dad, and you're a mom. You're a mommy. So finding out that you're pregnant, like while you're in a halfway house, like in the middle of recovery, what was that moment for you?
Terror.
Yeah.
It was terror. It was because like you said, I was living in a halfway house. I had no job. I had no car. And if I'm being 100% honest, I hardly knew the dude who did
the baby daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were only together for 2 months, and I had never wanted a child. And so I was really scared, man. But I just prayed. I was like, listen, I don't know why this is happening, but if there's a reason, then you got to give me the strength, because I don't have it. And suddenly I really wanted this kid, and it motivated me to get a job and work really hard and get my own apartment and stuff. And my son was born on my birthday, and it was such a cool universal gift.
Yeah. I mean, once you become a mom, in my opinion, as soon as you become pregnant. Immediately, you're thinking, oh, wow, I am not alone. I have somebody with me now. I have somebody to take care of now, somebody else to think about. I can't just think about myself. You know what I mean? It's like a magical love moment. And that's probably what gave you the strength to get through it all.
Yeah, and I'm really lucky. He could have and probably should have run full speed back to his halfway house. But he stuck around, man, and some really incredible things have happened. The longer I stayed clean and kept doing the right thing, the blessings started rolling in, and life became better than I dreamed of when I thought about my future back then.
Recovery is definitely an incredible journey, and it's most definitely a process. It's interesting because a lot of the work that I do outside of just getting to sit here and talk to really cool people and hang with my gal Jesenia, I do a lot of work in the harm reduction field. And so one of the things that we try to do is reduce the stigma and shame surrounding substance use. So for you to just be right up front, look, this is what I did, this is what happened to me, and sharing it, because you're on tour, right?
Yes.
So
I am.
What's the name of your show, the tour show?
This show is Awkward AF.
Yeah.
I'm setting the bar low so that people, you know what I mean? They know that it might get weird, because it's awkward, but people are actually purchasing tickets to hear my story. And I think that so many people hide for fear of judgment.
Yeah.
Because of the anger towards addicts. But there's a shift happening in the world, and people are coming forward and sharing their truth, and we're chipping away at that stigma, and I'm so stoked to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, thank you, because it's so important now, and we're not doing enough for people, because ultimately, there's a saying going around now, a meme that I keep seeing, trauma is the gateway drug.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense, because you go back to the root of
Why?
A lot of people's substance use disorders, and you're going to find it was really trauma that kicked it off.
Yeah.
And you talk a little bit about that in your book. I'm sure you go into that when you're on tour as well.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't so much I didn't have a super traumatic experience. I think mine stemmed from a bit of neglect. Not that my parents wanted to, but they were both really busy trying to make ends meet, bartending and, stuff like that. So I was on my own a lot of the time, and I felt lost and unloved at times. And so I think I was searching for a place to belong. And when I found the drugs, I felt numb. I didn't feel out of place or weird or awkward. I just felt nothing. And I was like, oh, this is the best feeling. I love not feeling anything. And so I chased it.
Wow.
And then now you've added more to your family.
Yes, they just started popping out left and right.
So your first baby was a boy, yeah?
Yes, and when he was 6 months old, I found out I was pregnant again.
Wow.
What are they? That's what they call that, Irish twins?
I think so.
It's Irish,
Yeah,
Is that what that
like
is?
Irish twins. Oh my goodness.
Were you terrified?
no, actually, you know what? At that point, it was like, screw it. I'm already drowning. Why not? Me and my sister were really close in age, and so I thought it would be cool to have kids that close in age. I was not anticipating my bonus daughter coming to live with us full time when Chloe was 2 weeks old, but it was perfect. Like, that's what happened. I went from being single to a married mom of 3 in 2 years, and it was overwhelming. And that's why all this started. I just started writing because I couldn't relate to anything I was seeing on social media. So I was like, hey, does anybody else feel like they suck at being a mom, or is it just me? And people started gravitating towards me, and the rest is history. But yeah, I still have.
When do you feel like you're gonna share those stories with your kids?
I feel like it's going to be based on their maturity level rather than age. But I also feel like it's public record, so there's a good chance they might find out before I have a chance.
I'd be like, Mom, what's this?
I love that you call her bonus daughter instead of stepdaughter. I like that. It sounds so much nicer.
Yes,
yeah, that is sweet.
It's definitely a lovely new term. Maybe we need to try to put that into the ether. I don't know if it, for our listeners, if you haven't seen any of Tiffany's YouTube videos, girl, you crack me up. I mean, you get super real on them. And I think that's why people gravitate towards you, because you're no bullshit.
Yes,
you're just like, here I am. This is what it is.
You get
and
it
this
straight.
is why I'm here.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes. So Facebook is my main home, and I have really come to love making videos and bringing awareness to subjects through humor. But my blog is now mainly other people's stories. I have submissions from people who've been through domestic abuse relationships, self-harm, addiction, overeating, stuff like that. And I edit their stories and post it with a before and after picture of them. Because people were so moved by my story. I was like, there's so many people out there. Let's see who else we can inspire. So that's mainly what my blog is now, is other people's stories. And the videos take place on Facebook.
On Facebook.
So wonderful, like what the internet gives us, gives us these opportunities to help others and so many people. Like that's a positive of the internet these days. You know what I mean?
I have a love-hate relationship.
Oh, yeah, me too. Totally. But it's good to see the good.
And giving people courage to share their stories, because I think that's a lot of times, like we talk about this on our show, as single moms, right? You have a partner, which is a wonderful thing, thank goodness. But as single moms, sometimes we feel like we are all alone. No. And so we're here to say you're not. And so you're doing the same thing, which is amazing.
Single moms are freaking superheroes. I'm not even joking.
Ooh,
I cannot.
Thank you.
Imagine. If my husband's not home by 6:00, I'm burning the house down. Like, I can't do it. So the fact that you guys know that most of the time there's no backup coming and it's just you holding it down, I'll tell you what, man, your kids are going to grow up and look back and be like, dang, my mom was amazing. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Thanks. I think they do that now. I hope.
I hope so. I don't know. My 16-year-old, he's questionable.
Oh, you have older kids?
Yes.
Yes. I have one. He's 16.
Yeah, we're done with wiping butts.
Yeah, for sure. I'm one and done. I'm one and done.
Yes.
And Julie has three boys.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in it.
Yeah, all teenagers.
Wow. See, I'm at the other. I got a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 8-year-old. You guys have the. I'm just in the getting out of the diapers and the butts. The attitudes are coming later for me. Is it easier with boys? Do they have less attitude than teenage girls?
I don't think so.
Listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. When your bonus daughter hits 12, I'm going to give you my number. You call me. Girls are different. And obviously, I only have boys.
We were all girls, little girls once.
That's what I used to say. I used to be a girl. So So one of the things, Tiffany, because obviously, you're out there and you are sharing your story, what inspired you to just gut yourself and give it to all of us?
It was my supporters, honestly. Like I tiptoed out into the water, and the more embarrassed I was to share a part of my life, the more people reached out and were like, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this helped me. And it made me realize, like, people are dying for something real on social media. They're just dying to relate to something. And so I took that and ran with it. And if it wasn't for people being okay with me as I am, then I would not have the courage to do it. But everybody else who's open-minded and understanding made me feel good coming forward.
Because the stigma, as we talked about before, the stigma can be really hard.
And super judgy.
And keeps people down, for sure. So in your recovery, what are some of the things that you lean on as far as your recovery goes?
I could not do it without my friends who are in recovery, who show me on a regular basis how to get through problems that I can't figure out myself, who show me that it's possible to have fun without the use of drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
And being in tune with myself has been a huge gift as well, because if I start to feel a little crazy, I'm like, something's out of balance. I'll watch YouTube motivational videos. If I'm feeling like I feel anxious today, then I'll go to YouTube and I'll be like, video to help with anxiety. And I'll do meditation, whatever it is. I'm not asking for help.
Do you watch like a comedy or something to like take your mind off it? Or do you literally like watch only like inspirational things when you're feeling that?
No, I look for solutions instead of like distractions, because the other is always going to be there.
Yes.
And on your site, you actually have a page where there's links to all kinds of resources for people who are struggling with all kinds of things, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, because I get so many emails a day and I want to be there for everybody, but it's mentally impossible. And so I thought, okay, if I can just direct these people to these places where they can find the answers and the help that they're looking for, it'll help all of us. And there are so many resources. Even on Facebook, people just go to the search bar, type in loved ones of addicts support group, and there's tons of support groups filled with people who are going through really similar situations as you, who are willing to help you.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, it's just about finding those places where you fit in.
As we're sitting here talking to you, I actually have my naloxone kit on the table. Because I carry my naloxone. If you don't know, I'm sure you do, Tiffany. But for our listeners who don't know what naloxone is,
I don't know what naloxone is.
I'm going to tell you, Jesenia.
Awesome.
Naloxone is the opioid antidote, so it will recover somebody who's overdosing. That's the goal, and it's for me the one that I carry is a nasal spray, and you just spray it up somebody's nose, and if they're in the middle of an overdose, it'll bring them back. Bizarrely enough, my stepfather invented it, so I come at it from two different angles, obviously with my brother's history and then my stepfather's connection to this. So I carry this around, and I don't know if Tiffany, you heard there was a story that someone on a Delta flight, overdosed in the midair.
No, I didn't hear that.
And so this happened a while ago, and now Delta's actually going to stock their emergency kits with naloxone.
Wow,
so it will be on every flight, which blows me away.
It as Narcan?
No,
or is
it is.
different?
So naloxone's the generic version. Narcan's the brand name. Same thing.
Wow, your stepdad invented it?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right?
That's really amazing.
Yeah, he was a wonderful man. But you got your kids to attend to. We got the rest of our show to attend to. But what I'm going to tell our listeners, you want to know more about Tiffany because she's got a lot to share. So you can definitely go get her book called High Achiever, The Incredible True Story of One Addict's Double Life. It's in stores online now. And
look out for her tour.
You're on tour. I know. I wish you were coming closer to New York because we could hang. But all the tour dates are online, right?
Yep. There's 3 more beginning of August.
Okay. JugglingTheJenkins.com. I see you like in the circus.
You're doing great things.
Spinning plates.
You're doing great things, Mama. And you're only 33. And I admire you. And you're a mommy. And you're awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Stay strong. Do what you do. Don't ever stop.
And now we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to be back with your questions and our fantastic answers.
Oh, yeah.
Right after this.
All right. Well, speaking to Tiffany was like amazing. I'm so inspired by her. Really.
I want to hang out with her.
Yeah, totally. Now we're going to move on to our Q&A where we hear from you guys.
Because we want to hang out with you too.
Yes.
So if you do, by the way, I'm gonna just pipe in. If you do have any questions,
yes,
you could certainly, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, I don't know, wherever the heck we are, at Splitting Upward. And you can hashtag Ask Splitting Upward. And we will find your questions and hopefully we will get to them here on the air.
And if you don't know what a hashtag is, just go to Google and type in Splitting Upward and you're going to find us. Super easy. You can find everything on Google. All right. So Q&As. We're hearing from our people. And Jess. Hey, Jess. I'm Jess, too.
Is it you?
Jess.
You wrote this one, didn't you?
I wrote this one. Single mom, newly dating.
Hey.
Me too. Hey, Jess. At what point into seeing someone do I drop the bomb that I have kids?
Okay, well, first of all, Jess, kids are not bombs. They're humans.
It's a bomb of information. I get it, especially if he doesn't have kids. I say right away. I mean, I put it on my profile, actually. I have a kid and I have a cat.
Thank you for saying this, though.
Yeah.
Do not, and hear me, I'm being so serious. Men. Women, too.
Yeah, what?
Don't put your damn kids in your dating profile. I don't want to look at their faces. I don't care how cute they are or how ugly. Do not put your damn kids in your dating profile.
Don't put pictures of them. Don't do that. Don't put pictures of yourself as a baby either. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but I just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay.
I've never seen that one, why do I got to see you as a baby?
Yeah.
I don't care what you look like as a baby. I don't know.
But Jess, tell them right away. Because that's not a secret you keep. You got the herp? Maybe you want to wait till date 3?
You got the herp.
But kids...
That's a bomb. That's a bomb.
But kids, tell them immediately.
Yeah, 100%. Don't be embarrassed that you have children, I mean, you're an adult. And, I mean, depending on how old you are, I don't know, but it doesn't even matter. Your kids are the best part of you. So you tell them right away.
Yeah, and if they can't handle it, done. Next.
Yeah, good. Bye.
We got a question from Anonymous. This is our most prolific questioner.
Yes.
They send us so many questions.
Yes.
I'm 29 years old, divorced last year, have 2 kids. I typically date men about my age or a little bit older, but I'm having trouble making something work. Honey, that's because you're trying to date 29-year-olds. I think it's because I'm a single mom, so the guys are afraid to be a part of it. Am I being too hopeful and should just start dating older guys? So here's what I'm going to tell you, Anonymous.
Anani.
Don't ever give up hope because there's always going to be someone to match your pan, lid, pot, kettle thing.
Yeah.
If they're not into the fact that you have kids, that's not somebody you want to be dating because your kids are part of your life. Mm-hmm. Right? So
just like Jess.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our previous question. And so I kind of think that you probably should try to date men that are a little bit older because having kids matures you, well, you hope anyway, matures you a little bit. So seriously, dating a 29-year-old man?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, most of the time, men online, they don't have, because I've looked, I like younger men, so hi. Swipe right. I don't know.
I mean, send them to Jesenia.
Send them to Jesenia. I think that she should just let it roll as it does. You know what I mean? Again, put your kids in your dating profile if you're doing that. And I don't know. You can date the older guys if you want, if you're into that type of thing, but don't force it because that'll never work. You know what I mean? It'll never work. So I say just do whatever you're attracted to. Date men who you are attracted to, or do whatever you want to do, and see where it goes. But just be honest. And I would say maybe try to single out guys with kids. Maybe it'll soften the blow a little bit.
I think that's a good way to look at it.
But some women who have kids don't want to be with men who have kids. That's a thing too. Know what I mean?
I think
it's like,
yeah, I know, but then I think you're ridiculous.
I know. It's like, don't be, you know.
But I do think it's reasonable to say, I don't think I want to date a man who's got a 2-year-old when my youngest is 13. Right, because then I'm going backwards into where my sort of freedom lies, right? And so now I'm raising all over again. But I would never say, oh my God, he's awesome, but he has a 2-year-old. No, that's ridiculous. You're gonna try to make it work, and you feel who you feel.
It depends on if they live with him or not. Listen, dating when you have kids, it's a load of a lot. Because you can't make irresponsible decisions. You know what I mean?
That's
you can't date
true.
like the badass guy because, you know, you have kids, you know, you want to set a good example and show them what they should do. And oh my gosh, there's so many rules.
We actually have a question that's very interesting related to the dating thing, right up your alley.
All right.
It's a question from Rebecca. I'm 47 and I like to date younger men. What's the youngest I'm, quote, allowed to date? So now there is a rule.
You think so?
Oh, no, there's a legit rule. It's the cougar rule.
What's the rule?
Half your age plus 7.
Does she have kids? Does she say?
Doesn't say.
No. All right. Well, I don't know.
But do you believe that? So she's 47.
I don't.
You have no problem with her dating a 27-year-old.
As long as she's good and she's having fun. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about your happiness. And if you feel dating a 25-year-old or maybe a 19 or an 18 and a half-year-old.
No. My boy's 19. Back
I know,
off.
right?
Back off.
But I mean, you know, age ain't nothing but a number, you know, like Aaliyah said. And it's true.
Oh, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, heartsies, we miss you.
Rip.
I don't know. I feel like whatever age is good.
Just
as long as they're legal.
Get out there and get on it. If you have any burning questions, feel free to send them to @SplittingUpward. You can DM us on Instagram, Facebook, #AskSplittingUpward. We will be here to humorize your life.
Yeah.
So send it to us so we can laugh at you.
Or you can send it to us individually, too.
We're laughing with you. Can we?
Yeah.
How would somebody get a hold of you, Jess?
Well, thank you for asking. You can find me on Instagram, Jesenia Grams, @Jesenia Grams, Twitter, Jesenia Tweets, and Facebook, Jesenia NYC.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can find me, Julie on the Mic, on Instagram and Twitter, Julie on the Mic, MIC. And it's been another wonderful episode sharing with you.
Oh my gosh.
And
Tiffany was great. And oh my gosh.
Amazing. We're going to be back next time with more of your questions, more of your journey into single motherhood, more of our journey into single motherhood.
Yes.
So make sure you find us here at
Splitting Upward.